The Devlin Radio Show. Midday, Saturday and Sunday. Only on Newstalk ZB.
The America's Cup is still New Zealand's Cup. I've always wanted to say that. As those immortal words of PJ Montgomery re-rang around the Viaduct Basin last night, the place erupted with people yelling and cheering and singing, dancing, high-fiving, hugging and generally going la-la. The mood was one of pure euphoria, something I haven't seen or felt in Auckland since the Rugby World Cup win in 2011. And I know how difficult it is to convince the rest of the country that this is somehow relevant to the whole of New Zealand, but it seemed, for a night anyway, that the collective mood captured us all. It was nothing but silly, dumb, celebratory fun. Now, whether the Cup stays in New Zealand and retains the same format or is eventually on-sold to somewhere in the Northern Hemisphere, those are questions for another day. As is the economic equation concerning how much the country has benefited from the tens of millions poured into the organising and running of this event. I, for one, never believe the press releases trumpeting pie-in-the-sky percentages of how much we're also better off now in terms of job creation and tourism numbers. It's all manipulated to sell whatever party line those in power are pushing. What I will say, though, is the transformation of Auckland's Harbourside precinct is fantastic. The infrastructure at the Viaduct, something the city can be truly proud of, and that is entirely to do with the America's Cup being held here, regained and retained since the first victory in 1995. And yes, who isn't or hasn't been a bandwagon jumper all over the success of this event after the New Zealand team triumphs? Guilty as charged, Your Honour. But back to last night. It was just a whole big bunch of Kiwis being patriotic and proud of another bunch of Kiwis winning, to us, an important global sports event. As I said, just like the Rugby World Cup in 2011 then. A really, really good excuse to publicly party. And who would begrudge any of us being happy to be part of that?
The Devlin Radio Show. Midday, Saturday and Sunday. Only on Newstalk ZB.